Hey, I'm Flavia, and I grew up in a small and boring town in the US. I hated everything about my life, except my boyfriend. He was pretty cute. But then the unimaginable happened. I got pregnant at 14. And trust me, it was a big deal in our small town. Many parents told their kids to stop being my friend because according to them, I was a bad influence. But I didn't mind. I loved walking through the streets with my big belly at age 14 and everyone staring at me. But once the baby was born, no one cared about me anymore. And I missed feeling special. So I got pregnant again. I simply forgot to tell my boyfriend that I had come off the pill. And that time, it was even better, because I was expecting twins, even though I was only 15 years old. You must wonder what my parents were thinking throughout all this. Well, they were already in their 60s and retired. They had nothing to do with their lives. So they really enjoyed having grandkids to look after. The only person who wasn't happy was my boyfriend. He said I had tricked him into getting me pregnant twice. His parents also hated me. They said I had ruined their son's future. But my boyfriend has always been a good dad. And I know he likes kids. Because when he got me pregnant a third time when I was 16, he really shouldn't have been surprised. And it turns out that I'm one of those women who has a high chance of having twins. So the third time I got pregnant, I got twins again. So we had 5 kids in total. I know that most mothers say that being pregnant is hard, but it was easy for me. I love the feeling of having a baby inside my belly. Long story short, I got pregnant again at 16 with twins, then another time at 17 with triplets, and one last time with twins at 18. That means that today, as an 18-year-old, I have 10 kids. I seriously don't recommend this to anyone. I've had to sacrifice everything for my kids, including my education and even my good looks. I mean, I'm only 18, but I already look like I'm 35. It's because it's so stressful to take care of so many kids, and my hips have gotten much wider, and my belly is covered in stretch marks and is all saggy, even though I'm not even pregnant right now. I was so insecure about my body that I even asked my boyfriend if he still found me attractive. Luckily, he is a good guy and told me I still looked as stunning as when we'd first met. So we are a good family, with the exception of my firstborn child. He is a monster, and we can't leave him alone with his siblings because he's super violent and enjoys hurting them. I know this is scary, but he shows a lot of behavior that is present in psychopaths. You might think I'm evil for saying this, but sometimes I wish that he would just disappear. He only cares about himself, and he is ruining all of our lives. But at least my other kids are great. They are cute and love to play with each other. Right now I'm raising my kids with my mom and dad, while my boyfriend focuses on school, so he can someday make enough money to support a large family like ours. We also decided to not have any more kids for the next few years, because it would just get too expensive. Some of my kids even call their grandma Mom, but I don't mind. Actually, something crazy happened 1 month ago. 2 men broke into our house. It happened at night while I was asleep, but my 3-year-old boy, Chris, noticed them and ran to my bed saying, "There's someone downstairs." I thought he had been dreaming, but then I heard some noises and I knew he was telling the truth. Luckily, my boyfriend was staying over that night, so I woke him up and we decided to call the police instead of confronting the thieves. We didn't want to risk it, in case they hurt us or our kids. I was terrified. But after 10 minutes the police arrived, and they were able to catch the thieves. So you see, having children also has its good sides. I just hope that once they go to school, they protect each other, so that none of them will be picked on. And soon, we will be able to do fun stuff like snowball fights and singing Christmas songs together. But there's another problem. My boyfriend's parents are trying to convince him to leave our city to study at a good college. But of course, I hate that idea. There will be so many pretty girls, and I am scared that he will fall in love with one of them and leave me. Recently, one of his high school classmates, Joanna, asked him out on a date, even though she knew my boyfriend and I were in a relationship and had 10 kids. I mean, everyone in our small town knows us. The 18-year-old teenagers with 10 kids? But I'm lucky to have such a loyal boyfriend, because he rejected her and told me about it afterwards. When I heard that Joanna had hit on him, I got so angry. I wrote a Facebook post calling her out for trying to steal my boyfriend. A lot of people liked my post because most people already knew what kind of girl Joanna is. Not a good one. She responded to my post, saying that none of it was true. But over the next few weeks, she tried a couple more times to steal my boyfriend at school. It's so pathetic. But she is the least of my problems. The real problem is that there aren't any good jobs in our small town, which means that at some point, my boyfriend will need to move to a bigger city anyway to find a good job. That's the only possible way to support such a big family. But there's no way we can afford rent in a big city with so many kids, so we won't be able to go with him. But I guess I should stop complaining. I'm lucky to have a boyfriend who does his best to take care of his children. Many fathers in this kind of situation would probably run away and start a new life. At least he's not like that.